Today we are playing freeplay on Monkey Meadow, but there's one twist. I can only use the bottom left square and nothing else. Welcome to the first episode of my brand new series, Give Me Some Space. In this series I will be playing space restricted freeplay on every single map in the game, one map per episode. At the end of each video I will spin a wheel 3 times, and afterwards you guys will vote to decide which map I will play next. So if you don't wanna miss out, then join my Discord server while the voting will be held. The perfect way to start off the journey, of course, is with the classic beginner map that everyone knows and loves. And without further ado, let's begin this run. My hero of choice is of course Azili, and I start the game off with a free dart monkey in the bottom right corner of the square. After getting a 100 farm, I am able to drop a second dart just in time to clear round 4. Once I got another farm upgrade, I crosspath it with valuable bananas and buy triple darts on one of my dart monkeys, aiming to save up for Monkey Bank. And just like that, I afforded at the start of round 18. Triple dart is really good in the early game. In fact, I'm able to go all the way to round 28 with only this defense, before getting a lead to gold alchemist in order to get that juicy bonus from the upcoming leads. The bank is full after this round ends, so I use the money to level it up to the IMF and deposit the leftover cash into it. After all leads have been solved, I get an engineer which I'm intending to upgrade to the Bloon trap, and with a generous loan from Israel, I am able to get it before the next round starts. I put down Azili to deal with most of the camos for a cheap price, and at the end of round 33 I can collect my IMF. It has produced me enough money so that with another loan I am able to sell it and replace it with a banana research facility. With one more tower space remaining, I place another engineer, which I will later upgrade to an overclock to boost my banana farm. With the overclocked BRF and the Bloon trap, I got a generous amount of money by round 40, where I am forced to sell my overclock temporarily to take down the Moab with the Moab Mauler. Now that the early rounds are finished, I'm going to save up for the heavy upgrades, which I will keep around for a long time. On round 44 I have saved up enough money to get a big trap, 8 rounds later I afford the banana central, and finally on round 58 I get my ultra boost. And that's the farming setup done. I figured that this setup will be the perfect balance between passive cash generation and multiplying the income from Bloons. Banana central combined with ultra boost makes almost $29,000 per round, and the big trap triples all of the cash obtained from Bloons. After getting the big trap to 10 ultra boost stacks, I am able to defend all rounds with just a little bit of micro. Not even round 95 poses any issue, since this map is so easy. And I don't know about you, but I just love seeing round 98 being completely eaten up by this tower. Selling the ultra boost for a Moab Elim, I end up round 100 with over $1.3 million. I would like to continue using this setup, but I get completely steamrolled by round 103 sending 500 Charlie Kirkalian Moabs and purples. I am forced to get rid of this setup and work out this farming contraption. A bounty hunter, Bloon crush, elite sniper, rubble to gold, big trap and ultra boost. All under a monkey city to boost cash gen even further and give everyone camo detection. I also later figure out that the Ultra Boost honestly serves zero purpose here, so I replaced it with a supply drop to be fully optimal. This setup works wonders, pushing me to $3 million by round 139. In preparation of 140 and beyond, I replace a supply drop with a Zilly and level her up. On such long maps, a Zilly alone is enough to take down all BADs with their Hex up until the late 100s. A Zilly's totem ends up being surprisingly helpful, because the Bloon Crush sometimes ends up getting Pierce capped, because of the rounds sometimes sending an extreme amount of Bloons. She is truly a goated hero. I keep farming the hell out of these Bloons for tens of rounds. They end up lasting a long in-game time, because the Bloon trap is really slow at eating up the free play blimps. Fortunately, that's what the faster forward mod is for. On round 173, I decide that I've amassed a good amount of cash, and I sell a majority of my setup to replace it with super mines and Grand Sabo. The purpose of these towers, of course, is to pop farm for their respective paragons. Super mines have absolutely no issue gathering 16 million pops, and I am able to get the Spike Factory paragon at the end of round 177. At the classic degree 70. Spoiler alert, that's the highest degree I'll get on any paragon in this game. There's no purpose to going any higher, since it's much better to keep the excess money here for Zilly rebuys. With the Spike gun defending the following rounds easily, I get a bunch of snipers and a druid to generate some more cash while Ninja gathers pops. I also get a Zilly to help out my Spike gun, just to survive longer and be a little more greedy with this farming. Finally, on round 235, I place down 2 bomb shooters for the purpose of pop farming for the biggest bomb there is. I end up having to stall rounds for a while, because Bomb Blitz is an absolutely trash DPS tower. I have all the pops I need by round 245. I summon Ninja and Bomb Paragons at degree 70, everything is perfect. I place down a Lord of the Abyss to spawn water, then the Pirate Lord, and finally a Carrier Flagship to create space for 2 subs. And that's when I realize a fatal mistake. I can only fit 2 boats. And that is very bad, because now I can't buy Navage of the Seas at all. I need 3 boats. After noticing this, I immediately go back to round 234 in order to get my shit together. But I showed you guys this blooper in order to teach you 2 lessons. 1. Don't make the same mistake as I do. 2. That's why we use Time Machine. So new plan. I get a degree 70 ninja precisely in this spot, leaving me enough space to place 4 big towers, Lota and 3 boats. I get all tier 5s, put Energizer on the Carrier Flagship and a preemptive strike in order to start farming pops for the Nautic Siege Goat. Pirate Lord gets pops very quickly from insta-killing the OMGs, and I pop the Navage on round 242. However, the sub is not even at 2 million pops yet, so I have to give it a bunch of time and support if I want to max it out. In order to achieve this, I place a sub commander and an ultra boost to speed up subgun pop farming. And I add Archmage to start farming pops for the Wizard Paragon as well. Navage is a very big power spike to my setup, so it will allow me to defend for a very long time until I get all of the pops I need. Currently, I don't even need Zilly's help in beating down the F-Bats. But later on when I need it, I replace the Ultra Boost with a Zilly, ensuring I have all towers at 10 stacks before I do so. The trio of S tier freeplay paragons plus a Zilly makes it to run 290 without breaking, and by then I can finally continue expanding my setup. I get a degree 70 sub paragon, clearing out some space so I can place Ultra Boost and Lava Chicken. After claiming the round 300 milestone, I decide to finally switch to what I call small graphics mode, where I enable small monkeys, small Bloons, and reduce the projectile's visual scale to 50%. This allows me and you to see what is going on more clearly so far into the game. Round 303 is when the Bloons finally catch me off guard, but by sheer coincidence I have reached the necessary amount of wizard pops on the same round. So I retry it and summon my degree 70 wizard paragon on the upper flagship platform. At this point my setup is almost complete. There's only one more paragon that I am aiming to get, and that is the bomb paragon. That's right, I hadn't given up on getting this guy after my mid-game catastrophe. Even though I am unable to stall rounds at this point of the game, there's a second method of farming bomb shooter pops quickly in freeplay. The bomb blitz has a passive ability which deals damage to all Bloons on the screen upon losing lives, easily triggered by using Earlygame totem to drain my own lives. It barely does any damage in freeplay, but it has one broken quirk. It can insta-kill up to fortified mobs, regardless of how much HP they have. I can strategically activate this ability whenever there's a lot of mobs on the screen to gain massive pops counts quickly. Using this method will allow me to get bomb gone before I die, but insta-killing mobs alone doesn't make the pop farming process easy. I will have to absolutely try hard my bomb blitz activations, attempting to spread the damage across all Bloons to get as many of them as possible, spawning mob children at once for the optimal strike. And I will show you some of these right now. First up, on round 307, I have a bunch of fortified ZOMGs coming out, so I use my spike cannon ability, and once the mines start exploding, I get a brief window where a lot of blimps are stripped down to F mobs, granting me almost 2 million pops for this activation. On round 309, there are a lot of normal ZMGs. I unsuburge my subgun briefly and set it on last to beat down the ones at the back, and I select a good moment to gain over 1.5 million pops. Round 311. I do nearly the same thing with Spike Geddon as before, granting me a million pops. And I can do the same thing on round 315, but with a massive gain of roughly 2.3 million pops. On round 321, I just wait for a good moment to activate for over a million damage. As you can see, I'm mostly using the trick with the Spike Factory ability, or just waiting for a good moment whenever it's not available. I keep pop farming this way, but on round 327 I am absolutely cooked. No worries however, because by now I have enough pops to get a degree 68 bomb paragon. Good enough if you ask me. I place Ezili again on the left Navage platform, and I am left with a single tower spot in the bottom left corner, big enough to fit a large tower. After pondering a bit with my tower options, I completely forget about the final harmonic, which can reduce Ezili's hex cooldown, and instead get the absolute zero to help with leaking BAD insights sometimes. I sell off my banana farmers, so they can go on vacation after their hard work, and this marks my setup complete. I have pushed this tiny square on Monkey Meadow to its limits, farming millions of dollars and cramming in an entire family of maxed paragons. How far will these efforts take me? It is now time to find out. I beat round 370 with quite a lot of money spare. However, the very next round is some of the most diabolical RNG I've ever witnessed. Just take a look at how many BADs there are, and they just don't stop coming. I'm literally going all out on a zero rebuy. At the end of the round, I have like 5 mob hexes on the map at the same time, and even after all the BADs got hexed, I somehow end up leaking just one fortified BAD on last damage stage. I could defo beat this round, but let's just declare round 370 the final score of this challenge. This would conclude the first episode of Give Me Some Space, and as promised, it's time to spin the wheel to decide which map I will play next. The results we got are X Factor, Haunted and Quad. So remember to join my Discord server and vote for which one you'd like to see me play. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any uploads. And I'll see you in the next video.